7 p.m. tonight, our deputies were here in the 6500 block of Park Place Drive in Metairie investigating a disturbance. While they were here on scene, they encountered the suspect outside of an apartment. The suspect went inside that apartment. They stayed outside, attempting to get him to come outside, negotiating with him through the door. At one point, the suspect exited the apartment, pointed a firearm at a deputy. The deputy fired at the suspect at least once. The suspect returned inside the residence. Our crisis management unit was activated. After the crisis management unit secured the scene, the suspect again exited the apartment, pointed a firearm at a deputy, and a member of the crisis management unit then fired at the suspect, who again returned inside the apartment. A short time later, we were able to breach the apartment, and once the deputies were inside the apartment, they found the suspect inside, deceased from at least one gunshot wound. At this time, the investigation's in its infancy. It's just beginning. We're unsure if the suspect was injured by gunfire from us or if it was self-inflicted. That's part of what's going to be done during the autopsy to determine where those rounds came from, where the injuries came from. I'll take any questions.
Was he a resident of the apartment?
He was a resident of this complex, yes.
And is he known to Jefferson Parish deputies as someone who's assistant committing crime?
So I'm not sure. Like, going through his criminal history and figuring out what may have been going on there is going to be part of that investigation that's ongoing.
What was the original complaint?
All I can say for now is a disturbance. I can tell you that that's part of the investigation that's going on. We're going to be investigating that original complaint and what brought us here in the first place. We do believe at this point it was a criminal offense and a disturbance that led from that offense.
And when you said you breached the apartment, did you send the robot in by chance?
I'm not sure if they used a robot or not. I don't know by what technique they breached it.
Was the deputy the only deputy on scene initially?
I don't believe so. We're going to make sure, everybody who's involved in it is going to be interviewed as part of that investigation. I don't believe it was one deputy on scene at the time, but I couldn't be sure.